Get ready for a journey through the not-so-glamorous side of history, because we're diving into the world's most uncomfortable recent digs. By now, you know 2020 hasn't exactly been our lucky year, but archaeologists just keep on uncovering secrets that'll make your skin crawl. From dark mysteries to unsettling surprises, we've got the scoop on 10 discoveries that will leave you speechless. And don't worry, we're kicking things off with a find that didn't even require digging. It's going to be a wild ride. Buckle up, because we're taking you on a journey through the world's most jaw-dropping archaeological finds. Coming in at number 9, get ready for a real tremendous mystery, literally. Inside a hollowed-out trunk, archaeologists discovered a human skeleton with no signs of forced entry or exit. It's like nature's own puzzle, and we can't wait to dive into the whodunit behind this mind-blowing find. Next stop, ancient Italy, where the infamous Mount Vesuvius eruption has just revealed a shocking secret. Hundreds of people attempted to escape the disaster by seeking refuge in boat chambers, known as the faunaci, packed tight like sardines in a can. You won't believe what archaeologists just uncovered about the devastating Mount Vesuvius eruption. We thought those who sought refuge in the beachside boat chambers, known as the faunaci, met a swift and tragic end, incinerated by intense heat. But a recent discovery has rewritten history. They actually suffocated on toxic fumes before being baked alive inside these deadly ovens. And if that's not enough, hundreds of others took to Lake Avernus in a desperate bid for safety, cramming themselves onto boats with an elderly man and child, hoping against hope for reprieve from the volcanic fury. The remains of these unfortunate souls are still being painstakingly excavated by archaeologists. It's going to be a long and emotional process. Get ready for one of the most epic discoveries of the year. Unveiled on the Salisbury Plain near Stonehenge, a colossal circular wonder has left experts stunned. Dating back an astonishing 5,000 years, it's the largest prehistoric structure Britain has ever seen. This massive circle comprised 20 gigantic pits, with the biggest one stretching an incredible 16 feet deep and 60 feet wide. The sheer scale is mind-boggling. The entire formation measures just shy of 3,000 feet across. But here's the best part, its purpose remains a total mystery, leaving us to wonder what kind of ancient civilization could have created such an enigmatic giant. Let's dive into 2 more jaw-dropping discoveries. First, we've got the UK's newest enigma, that colossal 5,000-year-old circle near Stonehenge. Theories are flying, but for now it's all about speculation. Was this ancient wonder a sacred site? Did it play a role in the mystery of Stonehenge itself? One thing's for sure, it's left us with more questions than answers. Next up, we're traveling to Avaris, Egypt, where archaeologists stumbled upon an eerie find. 4 pits filled with hundreds of human hands, no bodies in sight. What could this cryptic discovery reveal about the people who once called Avaris home? Now, let's unwrap another ancient secret. In Avaris, Egypt, archaeologists unearthed 4 pits filled with hundreds of human hands, all belonging to adult males. But what about the size? Some might have thought they belonged to giants, but nope, it's just a weird historical practice. During battles, warriors would chop off the right hand of their defeated enemies and present them as trophies to their leader. These gruesome spoils of war were then collected in these pits. Talk about a chilling display of ancient power dynamics. Next up, we have a mind-blowing case of mistaken identity. On Scotland's islands, 2 skeletons were discovered, seemingly perfectly preserved beneath an ancient Bronze Age settlement that dated back 3,000 years. But here's the kicker, these 2 individuals turned out to be 6 separate people, meticulously reassembled like a bone puzzle. The reason behind this bizarre burial ritual remains a mystery. Now, let's move on to a heart-wrenching entry, the genocide pit. This haunting name says it all, and its facts are just as chilling. We'll dive into that dark history next. Now, let's travel to Colorado's Sacred Ridge, a site that will leave you speechless. This ancient Native American settlement boasts an astonishing 22 pit houses. Yes, you read that right, homes dug directly into the ground. What's even more striking is the sheer number of artifacts found here, over 200 axes scattered across the grounds. But it's what lies beneath that's truly unsettling. Archaeologists uncovered a gruesome scene, 33 human remains cut into an astonishing 15,000 pieces, with signs of ritualistic mutilation and processing. The question on everyone's mind is, what kind of ancient culture would engage in such practices? let's continue the journey through history's dark corners. Evidence suggests that the victims discovered at Sacred Ridge weren't just killed, they were brutally butchered, beaten, and even burned. The most chilling part, not a single head, hand, or foot was left intact on site. Moving on to another gruesome find at number 4 Gorset, where archaeologists uncovered a mass grave of headless Viking warriors. But here's the thing, the 54 victims weren't counted one by one. It was an easy tally because each skull had been deliberately placed in a neat pile. The question is, what drove the Vikings to this extreme act? Now, let's dive deeper into the mystery at Gorset. The victims weren't just massacred, their remains were meticulously arranged in gruesome little piles, with heads, arms, legs, and torsos all neatly separated. Theories suggest that these Viking warriors fell victim to a brutal sacrificial ritual. One key clue points to single, clean sword strokes used for beheadings, an unusual method that hints at something more sinister. Moving on to our next dark discovery, we find ourselves in the untamed wilderness of New Zealand's Mount Owen. Here, a hidden network of caves and tunnels was uncovered while clearing the path between two massive caverns. What they found inside would send shivers down your spine, a pile of bizarre bones, still wrapped in tattered fabric, presumed to be from human flesh, and attached to an enormous claw that seems almost otherworldly. But here's what takes this find from bizarre to bone-chilling. These ancient remains had been hiding in plain sight for centuries. A similar discovery of an upland moa, a massive, flightless bird that went extinct around 3,000 years ago, was made back in 1866 in another cave, but it vanished into thin air. Fast forward, and this eerie specimen resurfaces years later in the depths of Mount Owen's tunnels. Talk about a mystery that refuses to rest. Next up, we're transported to Sweden's prehistoric lake bed in Matala, where a groundbreaking excavation took place. Archaeologists stumbled upon an ancient stone structure sealed at the bottom of the lake. Can you even imagine the secrets it kept for 8,000 years? As they carefully unsealed this mysterious relic, they were met with an unsettling discovery: 10 human skulls, preserved in time, waiting to share their secrets with us. But that's not all. Hidden within the lake bed's muddy depths, an 11th skull was discovered, and this one came with a sinister twist. Fragments of other skulls had been deliberately placed inside it. It's like this ancient relic was holding secrets of its own. And if that wasn't enough to send chills down your spine, excavators found evidence of even more brutal treatment. Stakes were driven through the bodies of some individuals before they were set ablaze, leaving behind a haunting testament to the violence that occurred 8,000 years ago. 2 skulls still had those stakes embedded, a grim reminder of what may have led to their demise. Theories abound about this enigmatic discovery, but the truth remains elusive, leaving us with more questions than answers. Last but certainly not least, we've got an unsettling archaeological discovery from Ashkelon, Israel. A Roman bathhouse turned into a heart-wrenching mystery. While digging through ancient sewer tunnels beneath this historic site, researchers stumbled upon a dark secret hidden for centuries. Amidst the dusty passageways and forgotten stones, they unearthed an astonishing haul of teeny-tiny bones and skulls. Hundreds of thousands of them. But what's even more shocking is that these remains were from infants, discarded in a dedicated sewer system designed specifically for this disturbing purpose. In total, archaeologists found 100 individual tiny bodies, each one telling the tragic tale of lives cut short. This grim find sheds light on the harsh realities of life in ancient times and leaves us pondering the stories behind these fragile, forgotten souls. But here's an interesting twist. Initial theories pointed to a disturbing trend of discarding female infants, a sad practice that sadly wasn't unheard of back then. However, the discovery of mostly male skeletons quickly shattered this notion. Now, archaeologists are left with more questions than answers about why this sewer system was used as a makeshift graveyard for hundreds of tiny lives below. And it's not exactly the kind of mystery you'd want to solve. And that's a wrap on our list of the top 10 uncomfortable recent archaeological discoveries. We've shown you that even in ancient times, human stories could be just as complex, dark, and intriguing as they are today. And if you're hungry for more of these jaw-dropping lists,